India's trains are huge and always bustling with people. But despite being one of the world's fastest growing economies, India's railway system hasn't kept up. Trains are usually slow, overcrowded, old, and not very comfortable. Meanwhile, in nearby countries, people enjoy high-speed trains. India wants to change this by building its own high-speed bullet train, inspired by Japan's famous system. They've already started building it, with impressive structures like tall bridges and tunnels under the sea. It's a massive project that could make India a global powerhouse. But there have been accidents on the old railways, and this new project has faced challenges. So is a bullet train what India really needs right now? Or are there more important things to focus on? Join us at Superstructures to find out. India's railway network, established more than 160 years ago, is one of the world's oldest. While there have been some enhancements, train travel in India can still be perilous. On average, tens of thousands of people lose their lives in railway-related incidents every year, attracting global attention. In June 2023, one of the worst train disasters in India's history occurred due to a signaling failure in Odisha. This incident resulted in 3 trains colliding and derailing, causing hundreds of deaths and over 1,000 injuries. It raised serious concerns about the safety of India's extensive but aging railway system once more. India boasts the world's 4th largest railway network, spanning almost 70,000 kilometers in total. This extensive network is responsible for transporting over 1 billion tons of cargo and more than 8 billion passengers each year in the world's most populous country. India recently surpassed China in terms of population. Navigating India can be quite challenging, not just when traveling by train, but also in its congested roadways. While domestic flights are an option for some, millions rely on the railways as the backbone of the nation's transportation system. The initial phase of this transformation is already in progress. The focus is on creating a high-speed rail system that will eventually connect all major Indian cities. Currently, there is one line under construction along the western edge of the country, linking the bustling cities of Mumbai and Ahmedabad. This route spans a little over 500 kilometers and includes the construction of 12 stations. Traveling by road between these cities can take up to 9 hours. But the new high-speed railway, with a top speed of almost 200 miles per hour, over twice as fast as India's current fastest trains, will reduce the journey time to approximately 2 hours. When we talk about a state-of-the-art railway system, we mean it. Passengers will travel on Shinkansen trains, the same models that operate on Japan's renowned rail network. Additionally, many other components of the system, including signaling technology, are being sourced from Japan. Japan is also actively involved in training Indian workers and has provided a significant portion of the funding. Since 2017, Japan has extended loans totaling 650 billion yen, equivalent to over $4.5 billion. It's a valuable partnership indeed. India's ambitions go beyond just upgrading its railways. It aspires to become a fully developed nation. But how is this new railway, especially one end of the line in a sprawling city with over 20 million people, being constructed? Well, around 92% of the track will be elevated on viaducts and bridges, which offer several advantages. It allows the line to pass over rivers and existing infrastructure, reduces environmental impact, and theoretically simplifies land acquisition for the railway. However, it's not all straightforward. The most significant engineering challenge arises at Thane Creek, a large inlet east of Mumbai. This is the only part of the entire route where a substantial body of water obstructs the way. Instead of continuing to build elevated tracks, it was decided that the best solution to bypass this obstacle was to go underground. The outcome will be India's inaugural undersea rail tunnel, spanning 7 kilometers in length, with the entire underground segment extending over 21 kilometers. This tunnel will consist of a single tube but with ample room for 2 trains to pass through, one in each direction. This explains why it needs to have a considerable diameter of 13 meters. To construct most of it, tunnel boring machines will be employed, except for a 5-kilometer section, which will be crafted using the new Austrian tunneling method. In simple terms, this method involves initially excavating a tunnel through drilling and blasting. Afterward, ground supports and reinforcements are added, followed by the application of a concrete shell on top of a waterproof lining. It's particularly suitable for shorter tunnel segments in varying ground conditions. The construction of this project has surpassed the 30% mark, but it won't be wrapped up until at least 2028. This is quite a deviation from the initial plan, which aimed for a 2022 completion. So, what led to this delay? Well, while elevating most of the track on piers has expedited land acquisition, a consistent challenge in railway construction, it hasn't entirely resolved the issue. By early 2022, the government organization overseeing the project had successfully acquired almost all the necessary land in the state of Gujarat. However, in the state of Maharashtra further down the line, only 75% of the land had been secured. This discrepancy was primarily due to legal disputes with landowners. As of today, land acquisition stands at nearly 100% for both regions. However, reaching this point has been a significantly lengthier process than originally anticipated. Another obstacle the project encountered was a change in government in Maharashtra, resulting in a temporary anti-bullet train coalition coming to power. Although this government was subsequently replaced by a party that supports the bullet train, the ongoing debate about whether it truly serves the interests of everyone continues. Once it's completed, the success of this project largely hinges on its popularity among passengers to recoup the substantial investment made in it. To achieve this, it's estimated that around 50 million people would need to use the new line annually. However, there remains a question of whether the authorities have their priorities in the right place. Some argue that India should address the major issues with its existing infrastructure instead of focusing on a brand new high-speed railway. Nevertheless, the national government believes otherwise. Their vision is for this project to serve as a foundation for a nationwide network, with feasibility studies already conducted for potential routes connecting other major Indian cities, such as Mumbai to New Delhi, Mumbai to Chennai, and New Delhi to Kolkata. This is indeed an exciting prospect, but given the slower than expected progress, the people of India are likely to remain cautiously optimistic for now. Nonetheless, history has shown that infrastructure projects like this one have the potential to drive significant economic growth and propel countries to new levels of development. With the introduction of this new high-speed railway, India stands at the threshold of a similar transformation, even though there is still a considerable distance to cover on this journey. If you found this video intriguing and want to explore more about the world's most expensive marvels, ensure you're subscribed to Superstructures, your ultimate video channel for all things luxurious. Thanks for tuning in!